It may be the night following Halloween, but we have got plenty of tricks in store for you here on WIW. We are back here at Friday Fight Night, ladies and gentlemen, here on the Gaming Blake Network, and we are kicking things off with a little bit of a tradition that we like to do here in WIW. When a debuting superstar enters the roster, he is put into the first match of the evening against a mystery opponent to see what he is made of. Tonight, we welcome Big Boss to his first match as a WIW superstar. It is a huge night for this man. We don't know too much about him or what he has in store, but the name Big Boss plus the suit would suggest quite a bit for you. So we will see what he is capable of tonight. We of course don't know his opponent, but what we do know is that no matter who it is, this man better be ready for him, because tonight is about proving yourself. We know the reason we do these traditions is because we know that if you win your first match in WIW, you are on for big things. It has happened to everyone who has won their first match in WIW. It's a very hard and rare thing to do, which is why a lot of people commend it to be one of the biggest achievements to do. If you can win your first match, you're on for success, and this is exactly what Big Boss will be looking to do here tonight, if at all possible. I'm assuming that will be the goal for anyone, but of course it is easier said than done, and a lot of people have found that out the hard way. His opponent tonight, we will find out now who it is going to be. Oh, and by the flash of the lights, talking of the Halloween spirit still looming following last night's Halloween day, it is PJ McNair, the Demon, who is going to be breaking in the new guy. It's going to be interesting to see this newbie in action, but there's someone that we know what he's capable of in action. It is the Demon himself, PJ McNair. He has got off to an amazing start this year in WIW. Last year wasn't the greatest for him, but he has unleashed the Demon, and the Demon has brought a new lease of life to the PJ McNair fighter, and he really has proven himself so far. Unfortunately for him, last week was knocked out of the tournament by Ryan Austin, which stopped him from progressing. Yeah, he was knocked out of the tournament by Ryan Austin in the World Heavyweight Championship tournament, and that slowed down his progression towards a world title, and I'm sure he'll be hoping to be very soon back in that picture. But for tonight, PJ McNair needs to get some more wins under his belt, because once this Resurrection pay-per-view is over, he's definitely a strong challenger to push for a title, which that's a matter of how well he demonstrates himself here tonight. And moving on, we've got a stacked card here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. You're not going to want to miss a single moment of it. Oh, Jesus, I just realized the size of Big Boss. I guess the name is fitting. Match is underway, and straight in there, a downward spiral from PJ McNair straight away, smartly taking him to the ground. If my voice still seems a little bit funny, you guys know why. I've mentioned it in a couple of videos, but I just wanted to get that out there because my voice is slowly getting worse rather than better. But Big Boss straight away being kept down on the ground by PJ McNair, and of course we know the coup de grace could appear at any moment, and that could be costly for Big Boss. He wants to get that first win under the belt if at all possible. There's the drop kick. And straight away we see the tactics being deployed here from PJ McNair. He's going to want to keep him on the ground. He wants to do all the offense. Doesn't want to let the Big Boss go to do any offense. But look at the size difference. I think PJ McNair was struck there with shock at the size difference. Look at the size difference between these two, but he's not letting it phase him. The Demon with all the power in the world, and he's showing it here today. There's an elbow drop, and not a good start for Big Boss. Maybe a little bit of opening night nerves. Never been inside the WIW ring. He's going to want it to do his best to fight and win, but he's not off to a good start. Frog Splash didn't quite get all of it, but a little bit of connection there. Big Boss is struggling. Straight into a cover though. It's a 1, 2. Oh, and it's a 2. And worry signs early for the Big Boss, who is being kept down. Oh, look at this! Using a little bit of speed there to catch him off by surprise. Lalufez press by Big Boss. And now he's got him right where he wants him. And look at this. Lovely bit of display of athleticism from someone of his size, and straight into the cover. I'd love to know the height and weight of this guy. I really should have read his statistics before the match, but, you know, Darren Jacobs, that is me. I am a lazy commentator, as we all know. And look at that, was a beautiful springboard. Darren McNair, he's going to go for it again. This time off the top rope. Look at it fly. And McNair is not giving him a second in this match to breathe. McNair has been on top of Big Boss from the start of this one. Big Boss going to need to put up a huge fight to get back in this one, but right now I'm not seeing it. McNair in complete control and dominance of this match. We got a huge night tonight. Remember, of course, we have the huge #1 contender steel cage match, which was announced in the comments of last video by the GM. It looks like we won't be waiting much longer for this match to come to an end, because here comes the drop kick. If he can connect, we know where we're going with this. There's the drop kick. Huge momentum behind it, knocking down the big man. And McNair, eyeballing, thought maybe about going top rope, decided against it, just wanted to wear him down to guarantee the connection here for the big finish. Looking for it. PJ McNair, coup de grace. Good night, Big Boss. 1, 2, 3. Clean win by PJ McNair. Big Boss did not stand a chance. He came out flying from the gate there, and the Big Boss stood no chance. And unfortunately, that is a debut defeat for the Big Boss. Unfortunately so, but the promising signs, look at this, the athleticism, that was definitely a plus, and the speed for his size. He showed some positives, but of course this match was dominated by PJ McNair, and maybe it was a little unfair by the GM to put him up against someone in the top of his game for his very first match, but I guess he wanted to test Big Boss, and the best way possible was to give him a hard matchup. And the Demon showed him the ropes tonight, and he made sure that he knew who the dominants were and where he stands in the rankings of WIW. The Demon, PJ McNair, big victory, and will be looking, I'm sure, to be staking a claim for the title following the Resurrection pay-per-view, which currently he does not have a match booked. Could he have one though? That could remain to be seen. Unfortunately for him though, it won't be a title match. But what dominant victory for PJ McNair tonight. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Ladies and gentlemen, it looks like before the next match we're going to be hearing from Liam Connors, who lost the chance to become champion last week, and clearly he has some things to say about that. It's going to be interesting to hear what he has to say in regards to the match last week with Travis, but I guess I'll hand the mic over to him and we will hear what he has to say about everything that went down from last week's match. Last week I was robbed of an opportunity to become champion. If you saw the match, then you would know that I had him down for the count several times before Travis's private security steps in and ruins everything. I should have walked out last week with a win, but instead I got nothing. If Travis is too scared to fight his own battles, then he is no champion. And here comes Travis, the man who Liam Connors is not speaking very kindly about right now, claiming he was cheated his way to getting himself a title opportunity, and Travis has not taken very kindly to those statements, and he's come out here to address Liam Connors. Connors doesn't seem fazed by this. I feel like he was expecting Travis to come out and say something about the events that are going on. But Travis, of course, very confident right now, as you can see as he struts his way down to the ring. Of course, now he's got a title match and Liam doesn't, so I feel like he's going to feel he has the advantage in this one. But let's see what Travis has to say about this whole issue. This could be a very interesting. Sorry, I forgot to bring some tissues for you. That's my bad. Listen, if you've got a problem with my security, then take it up with Alan and Bob. But at the end of the day, I beat you. If you think I cheated, well, you can tell yourself that, because if I was cheating, I would have been disqualified. So why don't you go cry some more backstage and let the professionals do their job. Oh, look at this! Connors has heard enough, and we're breaking out into a fight here. And look at this, Connors has lost his temper with Travis already, and Travis only been here for a matter of a minute. And look at this! big slam down there. Oh my god, and Liam Connors not taking kindly to the words that Travis had to say, insulting his honour, making him seem like a baby, and then to call him a non-professional. That is absolute disgusting words into the ears of Liam Connors, and he is making him pay for it right now. Look at this big clothesline, and the referee is trying to break this up right now, but Liam Connors is just too angry. But Travis trying to fight back too, but oh wait a minute, and that is the theme song of the general manager, who's come down in ring attire. Surprisingly, he looks like he has come down here to address the issue at hand, and might have been the best course of action. Clearly someone needed to come and control it, and it looks like Liam Connors is going to come and do just that. No, Blake Austin is going to come and do just that if he can. Big decision to come down in ring gear, maybe to intimidate them, to say that if he needs to get involved in this, he will. But he's come down to address the issue, so let's hear what the general manager has to say about all this. Break it up, you two. Liam, I understand that you feel cheated out, but this is not how you get your way. However, I do agree with you, so here's what is going to happen. Tonight, Liam Connors will be in a 2-on-1 handicap match against Travis's bodyguards. If you win this match, I'm putting you in the title match at Resurrection and making it a triple threat. This is your final chance, so don't complain if you lose. Well, there you have it. Liam Connors gets one final chance. Question is, can he capitalise on it? Match number 2, and this is going to be a very important match as we find out who will be facing Travis for the television championship at the pay-per-view. It's going to be a massive contest. Whoever wins this match, it is definitely going to be a great match at the Resurrection pay-per-view. Up first is King Sam of the Wolfpack. Now, he's very lucky that he managed to keep this chance alive because last week he ambushed SaLgames in his matchup against original Brad for the #1 contendership for the World Heavyweight Championship, and then tried to replace him after ambush him and try to make it off like he was the good guy, just replacing someone who was injured. Of course, he was the one who injured him, and therefore the match did not count when the disqualification happened at the end of what was a chaotic main event last week. But this week, Sam has been still gifted the mid-card title of the television championship, but he's made his feelings very clear that he has no interest in this title. But the GM has made it clear that this year he is doing what he tells him to and not the other way round. And King Sam, well, I'm sure he'll have his own thing to say about that. But if he walks out the champion at the Resurrection pay-per-view, then the dream is still possible of the Wolfpack and Sam having the title at the same time. The dream is still alive for the Resurrection pay-per-view. But his opponent tonight is going to try and prevent that from happening. Already not in the good books for the Wolfpack, as last week him and his son Max helped to defeat the team of the Wolfpack. The Wolfpack, of course, have got themselves a tag team title shot at the pay-per-view, but for Chris Danger, he wants a singles title. Last week was just to see what him and Max could do, and I have a feeling that he'll go back into potentially full-time tag teaming with Max if they can't pull off the victory here, because a win against the Wolfpack is something that will not go unnoticed by the WIW universe. The Wolfpack, of course, the biggest group in WIW history to date. And now tonight, Chris Danger gets a one-on-one shot at Sam. I guess it won't be really one-on-one because we'll have David and Steve at ringside as always. Oh, look at this. Alright, it looks like Chris and Max just getting on the same side there before this match kicks off, but King Sam gave very little care for that and straight away just tosses him to the turnbuckle before taking a little time to taunt. Yes, as I was saying, Max is at ringside as an equalizer for the match, but of course it is still technically a 3-on-2 if you want to look at it that way, a big knee. And now Chris Danger trying to get some early control if he can, and there's a big suplex. And look at that, playing to the crowd. Chris Danger trying to make a name for himself. He hasn't done that as of yet. In WIW, there's a banzai drop. Did I say banzai? I don't even know what that is. I'm pretty sure that was right name, I don't know. But look at this big move here from Danger. He loves to use that move. We've seen him use it so much since his return and the returning of WIW. And here on Friday Fight Night, this is a big match. Travis will be watching backstage closely. And I'm pretty sure I know who he wants to win. As much as I'm sure he'd love to stay away from having a hard match and have an easy result. To be honest, neither of these would be an easy result, but I know which one he'd definitely prefer. I think he wants another shot at Sam. Sam, of course, we know that him and Travis have a rich history. Of course, the Cottrell family and the Wolfpack, not exactly on even terms. And the eagle eye from out of nowhere, and look at this, the save had to be made by David. Got distracted there. And Chris Danger took his eyes off of Sam, and that is one thing that you don't want to do. Who just sprung up really from the eagle eye. Oh, look at this, David. What's he thinking? He's going to throw in a chair, but Sam might not want to use that. Remember, a disqualification, and he's already not going to be in the title fight. He may not want the title, but having a title on his record is still an impressive thing to have. Look at this. A distraction from the referee. What David is really pushing his luck here. He might not be at ringside for much longer if he carries on this behavior, but Chris Danger not going to give Sam the satisfaction. Oh, tried to perform a leg drop over the top rope there. Didn't quite get the connection he was looking for. Instead gets a hip toss as they brawl on the outside. Do hope that this doesn't end in a double count. That could be very problematic as to determining the #1 contender for the TV Championship. It's already been delayed 1 week. Last week this match was supposed to happen. Instead, the tag team match was put in place as King Sam said he had no interest, but now the GM has given him no choice but to fight for the TV title. As much as he wants the world title, he's going to have to earn it. And look at this. Trying to get into control if he can is Chris Danger. Oh, I see David poking his head around the corner at the count of 7. And he's going to get back in the ring. Oh, look at this. The Wolfpack. Oh, the Wolfpack trying to do some damage there. I see that. Trying to get themselves involved. Just got back in time, but only to meet a beautiful double underhook suplex from King Sam, who's taking the time to taunt. He seems in control of this match as of right now, but Danger has had his spell of momentum in this one as well. But look at this, already looking to put him away. Oh no, I thought maybe he was going for landslide. Instead, beautiful move there from King Sam. Drags to the middle of the ring. Might be thinking about a cover potentially. No, instead going to take the time to taunt. And jumps over. Oh, and a cheap shot right to the eyes there with the heel flick. King Sam with the springboard, showing his wide variety of moveset there, of moves, should I say. 1, 2, and it's only going to be a 2. These two battling hard here. Remember, the winner will face Travis for the television championship. And Travis, of course, with the bodyguards at ringside, is proving to be quite a lethal combination. Because now, none of the funny business, as he says, is going through, and that is what's helping him. Although if you look at it from anyone else's perspective, it's definitely a case, in my eyes, that he is, well, cheating. But, you know, try telling him that, all to their own, especially with these tag teams. And a big connection there at the back of Chris Danger. And now look at this, looking for a springboard, another one. And I think he landed right on the top of his head there. That might have hurt Sam as well in the process. But Chris definitely felt the impact on that one, and the Wolfpack watching eagerly from the side, and here we go. King Sam might be looking for the end here, looking for the knee. Connects right across the face of Danger. Might be looking to go for a cover, decides against it. Clearly, King Sam looking to set an example here tonight. If he can, up on the shoulders, looking at Brenden all. Is he going to connect? He goes for it. There's landslide. Try to get himself in a better position there to land the landslide. Oh, and Danger. Max Danger breaks it up. He pulls the referee out of the way. Chris Danger's still in this one. After just receiving the running knee and landslide, this match is still not over. Thanks to the save. And look at this. Curve stomp there. And after the save by Max Danger. And I'm surprised he's not ejected for that one. That's 10 times worse than anything that the Wolfpack have done. Yes, there was a little bit of distraction of the referee. But other than that, not much else done. And there's a big springboard. Well, Max Danger has kept this match alive. But At what cost? Because Chris is now being destroyed even further if he hasn't been already, and there's another massive curb stomp. Wolfpack have not yet made a full impact this year so far at the beginning of WIW's return, but they're on for 2 titles right now, the tag team and the television championship. And if they can, they'll take what they can get, especially if it proves their dominance is still there in WIW. And another springboard from the other corner. King Sam enjoying himself now. He's been in control for the majority of this match, and he'll be looking to put this away very soon if he can. Looking for a powerbomb, maybe. Gets him up. Where's he taking him? Oh, crashing him into the corner. Beautiful ring awareness from the King himself. The self-proclaimed King of WIW, King Sam, was the first ever champion. He was the first ever world champion, first multiple-time world champion, and of course the most reigning world champion. Straight into a cover here. Thinks he's done enough. It's a 2. The referee didn't see it. The referee, there was hands on the ropes. The referee didn't see it, and Chris Danger's defeat by King Sam. Unbelievable scenes. I mean, he definitely should have been defeated before. I mean, he got off to a really good start there with the end of not the end of Heartbreak. Sorry, that's not the right name. It's Eagle Eye. But then King Sam took control, and there was the running knee, which was followed by the landslide, which only wasn't enough because of this save from Max Danger. I don't know if they're going to show it in the replay. Of course not. But then King Sam went on to dominate, and then a controversial ending, but a win nonetheless. For King Sam, he's going to face Travis for the television championship. And as much as King Sam doesn't want to do it, he just can't seem to help himself but reach for title gold. Travis versus King Sam. The rivalry continues on to 2K18. What a big win for King Sam despite the ending. I'm not sure the GM's going to like that, but then at the same time, can't contradict himself by saying that the referee was being impartial. Let's move on to the next match of the night. Big win for the Wolfpack here. It's been a crazy night so far. We just saw King Sam will be facing Travis for the television championship, but now we will find out who the rest of the Wolfpack will be facing for the tag team titles here on Friday Fight Night. It's Team Brenden out here first, and they have not got off to the best of starts here. The team of John Cutter and Elmerica returning from last year, who had mixture of success. They went on huge streaks of not winning, but then they'd go on streaks as champions. They are a team that you cannot take lightly, or you will risk slipping up. That much definitely can be guaranteed from these two. And John Cutter and Elmerica tonight are a win away from getting themselves a tag team title. While the division is still slim, this is an opportunity that has arose to them, and they are taking full advantage of it. Can they pick up the win tonight? But their opponents, and let me tell you this, it's not just John Cutter and Elmerica returning, because tonight we see the majorly awaited return of Loki and Noah, the Vikings of Destiny, the brothers from Denmark, coming in here to fight for the tag team title, number 1 contendership. Why did they get this chance and not any other tag teams? Well, last series they were a dominant force. They plowed through everyone and only lost one match, and that, unfortunately for them, was the tag team championship. So they've shown what they can do in the past. Now this year they have a chance to show straight from the get-go what they are capable of. And tonight, if they can pull off a win, it's going to mean a lot, and especially if they can get the tag team titles. Can you imagine a matchup between the Wolfpack and the Vikings of Destiny? It's happened in the past, and they even managed to knock them off. They've knocked off everyone except the team of Up, Up, Down, Down, who, of course, are on the opposite brand. So without them to worry about, they've got a clear lane to go on and become tag team champions. Bell rings, and we're starting off with Loki, I believe. I always forget the names between the two. I know obviously what their names are. I just always forget which is which. I have no idea why. It's not like they're identical twins. I just never remembered it. But Team Brenden, as I mentioned, didn't get off to the best of starts, but this could be a start of a massive comeback if they can pull off the win. John Cutter not usually the man who starts in the ring, if I remember. It's usually Elmerica who starts these bouts off, maybe going for the power straight out the bat. But they're going to be up against two powerhouses here in Loki and Noah. They do not waste time with landing the devastating moves, if at all possible, which is a huge contradiction to Elmerica. I don't know why I'm struggling to speak so much today, but big shot there by Elmerica, and decided not to do anything else. They're just trading shots right now, and there we go, big slam down by the massive Viking that he is. They're a massive tag team. They worked so hard. They only were in the business for a brief time, but in that brief time, they destroyed everyone in their path. A tag has been made here. The Vikings of Destiny got him trapped, got Elmerica trapped in the corner. This might be the tactic. If they can exclude John Cutter from the match, they've got no match for power. And look at this, Elmerica just trying to get himself away and to the other corner if it's all possible. There's a snap over the neck. And now look at this, look for the drop kick, connects. And John Cutter and Elmerica, this is a big, big matchup for them. For the Vikings of Destiny, I'm sure they will not be happy with the loss either. Especially when they have never lost to the team of John Cutter and Elmerica. And look at this, firing the shots, trying to use his speed to his advantage. Quick strikes, not letting him recover, and as an elbow drop, taking down the behemoth that is Noah. I'm going to say that one's Noah. I'm pretty sure I've got these names right now. I say that. They're probably the other way around, and I've embarrassed myself. But here we go. Irish Whip looking for a tag here. They're going to get one. What are they thinking? Irish Whip. Oh, the double takedown there from the two. And hold on a minute. Trying to crawl to the ropes. And Elmerica was not having any of that. And John Cutter now with him on his shoulders. Fireman's carry. Oh, and a stun off the ropes. The former inmate for the Illinois Correctional in the ring. And there's the tag. In comes Loki once more. There's the drop kick. And looking for it again. Oh, look at that. I think he got surprised there. John Cutter just sprung back to his feet, just as if that dropkick didn't even touch him. But now, looking to do some damage if he can here. Might be looking for a superplex. Double underhook. What's he thinking? Oh, big toss there with the double underhook from the top rope. And that's going to do some damage, wearing him down, trying to deal as much damage as possible, and that is the key in these type of matchups. But it's also using your team to your advantage, and a lot of tag team work on display here. And his partner finally back on the ropes, and the two huge Vikings from Denmark, they're a destructive team, and they use all their strength and power to their advantage, as I've mentioned. Oh, look at that, resting his leg on the rope there, just clearly showing a lack of life, if you will, from John Cutter, who is being destroyed at second. Look at that military press, using his own moves against him. Elmerica preaching for a tag. He's not going to get one. And we're still very early in this match, but we can already see the Vikings of Destiny getting a little bit of early control here. Back into the corner, Irish Whip. Tag is made. And look at this. Oh, and a cheap shot there, right to the lower abdomen. And there's a big kick to the gut. A big kick to the gut, suplex. I was talking about that kick still. And John Cutter now trying to fight back. Irish Whip to one corner. And now to the other as he tried to escape. What's John Cutter thinking here? Tag is made. Another Irish Whip. And another double takedown by John Cutter and Elmerica. And that is what's good about these two. They work really well together in a beautiful springboard, soaring across the air, straight into the cover, trying to steal the chance of the tag team titles. And it's only going to be a 2. Preaching for a tag. And the Vikings of Destiny, all of a sudden the tables are turning there. And that's what the good thing to do is in these tag team matches, the hot tags. Try and assert some dominance, if at all possible. And the Vikings of Destiny, they did that, but they haven't been able to capitalize on it since. Look at that, there's a backhand there. And look at this. Hurricane Rana, he does connect. I thought for a second he didn't. He hesitated on it. Tag is made. And in comes... Oh, in comes the Cavalry. Doesn't quite connect. Oh, and there it is. There's the connection we were looking for. And a drop kick as well. Showing some athleticism here. Oh, and a big... he just crushes his body with his own. And all of a sudden, trying to get back in control. There's the knee. That vicious knee. Returning from last year. And just staring down Elmerica in the ring. The Vikings of Destiny with majority control. Trying to crawl away here to the corner. He senses he's in a bit of trouble in this one. That knee is a devastating one. It does so much damage, and you'll remember from last year, if you've seen last year's series, it does so much damage. And I think Elmerica's feeling it. I think, to be honest, he's just waiting for his tag team partner to get back up here, who he does, as we see just over there. And now what's he thinking? He's going to take him to his corner, just like I thought he would. Oh, just snaps him over. Maybe thought he'd escape before that. And now look at this, just wearing him down on the head even further if the knee didn't do the job. He's got him in the corner as well. He's got him in his corner. It's a very dangerous position to be in for Elmerica. Irish whip. Tag is made. And look at this. Beautiful tag team work. Looking for it. Oh, and a massive leg drop from the Vikings of Destiny. Straight into the cover. Can John Cutter stop it? He does. And only a count of one. Oh, but look at this. Up on the shoulders. He's got the big man up. Can he get out of it? Oh, wearing down John Cutter. Trying to prevent any tags again. And look at this. Another big knee. And the blood is coming through the mask now. Both John Cutter and Elmerica are down. There's nothing John Cutter can do to save him right now. He needs to get up and help it. Oh, look at this. Still fighting on even through the blood. But that must be hard to see, especially if they're bleeding through the mask. It must be near the eye region where he's struggling. Oh, look at this. Beautiful pop up into a Salida del Sol. Big connection. And now trying to turn the tide. He does need to tag out, but John Cutter's not looking in much better condition than he is, Big Insaguri. And it's an uphill battle now for Team Brenden if they are going to pull off a victory in this one. He's going top rope, though. Might be looking for a moonsault. Potentially that moon stomp if he can connect it. What's he thinking? He needs to do something big here. Oh, no! He's been caught! He got caught! Oh, and look at this! Into a tombstone pile driver. And straight into the cover. I don't think John Cutter's going to get there this time. The Vikings of Destiny pick up a huge, crushing victory in typical Vikings of Destiny fashion. They're going to face the Wolfpack at the Resurrection pay-per-view. Look at that devastating knee from Noah. And then look at that, there's the leg drop. It should have put him away. John Cutter made the save, but then this second knee, and from there it was pretty much lights out before finishing with this catching tombstone pile driver, destroying the head of Elmerica. And he might need to go to see the doctor because he could be at risk of serious injury. And that's a huge win for the Vikings of Destiny, who are scheduled to now to take on the Wolfpack for the Friday Fight Night Tag Team titles. Who is going to win that Battle of the Beasts? It's going to be one hell of a match. But these Vikings from Denmark are not taking any prisoners, and they've just put the whole tag division on high alert. Big win for the Vikings of Destiny. Let's move on down the rest of the card. Match number 4 tonight, and we've got another big matchup which could shape the Resurrection pay-per-view as it is scheduled to be. We already know that the television championship match has King Sam and Travis in it, but now the general manager has offered a potential third man into the match, as Liam Connors will get a second chance to be in the television championship match, because last week the bodyguards played such a huge part of the victory from Travis, which got him a chance at the television championship. He has come out and he claimed that he deserved the title shot. He was clearly upset about what happened, and that led to a massive brawl between Travis and Liam Connors before the match was broken up. The fight was broken up by the GM, who came out and said, "You've got one more chance. Tonight you will be in a 2-on-1 handicap match against the bodyguards that helped Travis pick up the win. If you are successful in picking up the win, you will be added to the match, and it will become a triple threat match for the television championship." A big fight for Liam Connors, once again getting a chance at the television championship. But I think now it's about getting a shot at Travis, if at all possible, after the vicious assault he tried to give him at the beginning of the show. And Liam Connors, you can't blame him for being angry. His big big chance taken away from him pretty much at the first hurdle because of people on the outside, not because of what he did. He had a brilliant match in the match last week. He really showed what he could do, and Travis just managed to end the match with a gut-wrench powerbomb following several distractions by these two men, Alan and Bob, as they were introduced to us by Travis. Two personal bodyguards who we understand to be on massive paychecks to be doing what they're doing by Travis. But of course, Travis, the richest man in the business, we know full well that he can afford it. And they make their way into the in-ring action tonight, which I'm sure they weren't prepared to do, but this is the consequence, and Liam Connors gets a shot at both of them. If he can pick up this victory tonight, it will be a handicap match. If not, then these two have done their jobs. But I tell you what, there's going to be serious talks backstage if Travis does not get his way, because these two are being paid to do a job, and that job is to make Travis's life as a wrestler as easy as possible. If they can't pick up the victory tonight, then you've got to question if they've actually been doing that job. Straight in the ring, and deciding not to take their suits off, it's an interesting call. Maybe, I guess, because they were unprepared for this. This match was literally just announced a few moments ago. I guess they just haven't had time to change clothes. I figured at least they would have taken off the suit and at least taken off the shirt and tie. But they're deciding to fight in full gear, but I guess they are prepared to fight at any time as professional bodyguards. I'm assuming they're professional bodyguards and that Travis didn't just find them on the street, but already they're going straight to Liam Connors. They are quite huge dudes, and you can imagine that they are trained to be as tough as fighters as they can be. And look at this. Connors trying to fight out there, and he manages to do so, and now, oh, he went for a spear, which was countered by the bodyguards. Now I'm going to forget who's Alan and who's Bob. I'm pretty sure that's Bob in the ring. And in comes Alan. Tag made, and now this is where they're going to have the advantage. Oh, look at that leg drop and an elbow drop there. Very nice teamwork, and that's where the advantage is going to come. There's two of them and only one of Liam. He's got no one to tag to, no time to rest, because if he tries to roll out the ring, the other is probably going to come for him. And that's where these two are going to have the advantage. And I guess, well, that is wisely why Travis decided to do what he did. He wants to win at the numbers game. It's never been in his favor, because usually he targets people like the Wolfpack, who always have the number advantage. And for now, he wants to have the same thing while he can afford it. And the bodyguard's in full control here, and Liam Connors is on the receiving end of a beatdown. And he does not want a repeat of last week, where these two cost him another chance at the title. Huge knee there by Liam Connors after a sequence of punches. And Liam Connors is an impressive fighter, brings a unique style to WIW. He definitely has his own unique style of wrestling, but so far it hasn't brought him much success. However, last week you feel he definitely was deserved of a victory. It was ripped from his grasp. And if he gets himself into the triple threat match, Travis has reason to worry, because now he has two people with a personal vendetta against him in that ring. And now Liam Connors taking full control of Alan here. They're even fighting with their glasses on. I don't even know how they're keeping them on. That's quite impressive, I'll give them that. Maybe they're surgically planted to their face, but they are keeping everything on here tonight. And I think Liam Connors trying to take advantage of that. Went for that little drop from the lower knee for a third time. They finally read what was going on. And now might want to consider tagging out here. We are one fight away from what's going to be a massive main event of first steel cage match of the year. Tag is made. Back in comes Bob and does the job. Up onto the shoulders. Fireman's carry. What's he thinking? Taking him to the ropes. Is he going to do something? Oh, dropping him down there with a stun gun. That seems to be the favoured move this year. Last year it was the suplex. This year it's the stun gun. Maybe they all talk backstage about particular moves that seem to be more effective than others. I don't know how friendly they all are backstage. Right now it doesn't seem like hardly any of them are friendly. They all started off very friendly, particularly on the Monday Night Mayhem show. But now, as times are coming closer to getting title shots and people demanding respect over others, they clearly are not going to get along very well, and Liam Connors and Travis proving to be a perfect example of that. Connors is in a lot of trouble right now, though. He had the clear momentum there for a moment, but now it's lost again. Oh, look at this. From the middle rope. Looking to drop the fist. He does. Big connection. And Liam Connors, the numbers game is catching up to him here. And he needs to mount a comeback. And he needs to do it fast. Looking for a DDT. Big connection. And he's even bleeding from that connection. They've been targeting the head. And clearly that targeting's been paying off here. Liam Connors is in a lot of trouble, but he rolls out of harm's way. He needs to take the breather for the second there. Gets back in the ring, looking to take advantage. Oh! Dropped down on the knee. And now look at this. Revving up the crowd, trying to get things back on track if he can. Look at this. Big connection there, dark matter. And now what's he thinking? Picks him back up. There's a big clothesline. And all of a sudden the momentum is shifting once again, even though Liam is bleeding. Irish whip to the outside, or to the opposite side of the ropes. Oh, look at this. Oh, dragging him by the head. Oh, and chopping him down. That was a lovely little move there from Liam Connors. And now, what's he thinking? Oh, what a massive knee across the skull. And despite bleeding and despite all of the odds against him, Liam Connors is fighting back at full extent with this one. Oh, but he got caught slipping there. A moment of hesitation, and he might regret it as the tag's made. Another bit of double teamwork there from the two bodyguards, and Travis must be loving this backstage. The cover to put him away, to guarantee it. Oh, and it's only a 2. So far, Travis must be liking what he's seeing, because at least Liam is down and he is hurt. And he's hurt bad there, as you can see from the blood up on the shoulders. Might be looking for another stun gun. He does. The bodyguards have been targeting the head. They've been trying to make him lightheaded, destroy him at the source, I guess, via targeting the upper body and especially the head. And Liam Connors is feeling the pain right now. Big spine buster. And I don't know how much Liam's got left in the tank. It could be very close to the end of his night. Oh, look at this. Big power slam by Allen. Dragged to the middle of the ring. Straight into the cover. And I think the bodyguards are going to take this one. He fought nobly. No, we do! A huge kick out and the crowd goes nuts. But the bodyguards are not going to like this. Hold on a minute. The fight back. Liam Connors is not giving in here. Not for a second. Shot to the bodyguard. And Allen's in a bit of trouble now all of a sudden. Liam Connors with an extra bit of fight back left in him. What's he thinking now? Looking for an Irish whip. Connects. Oh, and just crushing into him there. Nearly caught the ref. The referee did very well to avoid any type of hit there. And look at Liam Connors. The fans are clearly behind Liam Connors right now. Looking for a tag. Oh, and he doesn't get there. Liam scouted it very well. And now rolling out of harm's way. Rolls back inside. He needed to take that step outside, and I think that was a wise move. Caught Connor by surprise. Needs to make a tag. He does. And Bob comes back in. And once again up on the shoulders. Could we be looking at another fireman's carry? No! Takes him down there with a Samoan driver. And now could be looking for the cover as he drags him to the middle of the ring. Could be the end here for Liam Connors. How much fight does he have left? He doesn't have it. Travis's security picks up the win against Liam Connors. It was too much for him. It was a huge fight from Liam Connors. He did everything he could to pick up this victory, but the bodyguards, they did their jobs. They eliminated the threat for Travis, making his life easier. Liam Connors with a huge fight back despite bleeding, but it was this Samoan driver that picked up the win for the bodyguards, and they'll be celebrating that one. They definitely are going to keep their jobs after this one. So far they've been doing the job for Travis, but how much protection can they offer him? Because they could help Travis get to a television championship victory, and then they'll be expecting a huge pay raise for whatever they're getting paid. But to be honest, from the start that they've had to their WIW management careers, whatever they're getting paid, they deserve more. It's now time, ladies and gentlemen, for tonight's massive main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for tonight's massive main event. The steel cage hovering above the ring, ready to lock inside Original Brad and Sal. Remember, the winner will progress to the WIW Heavyweight Championship match at the Resurrection pay-per-view, and it is Original Brad out here first on the bike. He's had a terrific start since his return to WIW. But to be fair, he's been a terrific participant in WIW since he debuted. He's been part of some of the biggest rivalries and some of the biggest stories in WIW history, and tonight is no exception. Last week, of course, his match was interrupted and he technically lost on a disqualification to King Sam in last week's main event, but this week he finally gets his fair shot at the man he should have been facing in the first place in the match, which was SaLgames. A win here tonight and he will face Ryan for the Heavyweight Championship, and the same goes for Sal. A lot on the line tonight, and I'm sure Ryan will be backstage watching to see who he'll be facing. Either way, I can't imagine one being better or favourable than the other. They're two very angry, very dominant superstars at the very peak of their existence. The existence of their careers, and SaLgames, no exception to that. Of course, last week ambushed, which did keep him out, keep him away from the match. I'm sure he was planning to participate in the match, and even still with the injuries, he wasn't one to let title opportunities go, and we know how hard it is to take a title away from SaLgames, former two-time television champion in the past, and I've promised that I'll stop talking about past results and champions after the Resurrection pay-per-view, but for now, we're just giving you an idea of what it was like in the past. But at Resurrection, that is when 2K17 is erased from history, and that is when 2K18 fully resurrects the beautiful WIW that you guys have helped create, and I cannot thank you guys enough for your support. The GM has made it very clear that this match will not be won by escaping over the top of the cage or by just escaping through the cage door. This match is a tournament match, which means they must end the exact same way that they all have, and that is with a 3 count in the middle of the ring or a submission. The match is on the way, and straight away Original Brad with a belly-to-belly, just bringing the offense as quickly as possible, but SaLgames not wasting any time here. Oh, and a beautiful, lovely little flapjack there, and SaLgames and Original Brad, two of the very best that WIW have to offer, and that is the reason they have made it so far in this tournament. Original Brad knocking off Liam Connors in the first round, and now this is his second round against Sal, but of course put up a massive fight against King Sam and only lost on disqualification, if you want to class technically as a loss, because I don't think anyone's going to count that. SaLgames, of course, in his first round he took on King Sam and won, which basically put a target on his own back, but he doesn't seem fazed by it. But last week, of course, picked up some minor knocks and bruises, and it could have still rung on to this week. We're not 100% sure of the condition of SaLgames, but he has made it very clear he has no interest in sitting this one out. The cage is a preventative measure. It can be used as a weapon, but its sole purpose tonight is to make sure that there are no interruptions from the Wolfpack or from Ryan or from anyone that means to do damage or sway the result of tonight's match. It's a huge match, and that is a big story. Imagine having to get through to just the finals of the World Title Tournament by winning a steel cage match. It's more than what Ryan had to do. Ryan, of course, didn't participate tonight. I just realized I can't tell, because I don't have game sound, what the count is. That's going to be a bit of a problem. I'll have to judge it myself, I'd imagine, but I need to take into that consideration. And Original Brad here, wearing him down. Early control in this one, as he didn't really do against King Sam until the distraction from SaLgames. And what's he thinking here? Look at that, using the turnbuckle there to stun him, and now he's trapped in the corner. He does get out of it really quickly though. Sal trying to put back a fight. There's the Lufes press. And trapped inside the cage. There is no escape for one another. Even if they do escape, this match is not going to end. So they really should avoid trying to go for it if they can. Oh, and hold on a minute. Oh, SaLgames pushes him to the ropes. Oh, I thought maybe he was planning to use the cage there. Decides against it. And there's the cover. It's probably a 1, And probably only a 1. I don't want to keep saying probably every time there's a cover. I'll try my best to do the count. Hold on a minute. Looking for the power bomb. To the middle. Oh, look at this. A running power bomb onto the turnbuckle. And SaLgames starting to fight back here, but Brad's not going to let him have it. Brad has control, and he knows it, and he doesn't want to let it rest. There's a huge, huge clothesline. And now stomping away him on the ground. Wants to wear him down as much as possible to make the finish of this match as easy as possible if he can. And now Brad, we know what he's thinking. The crowd are on their feet here. In the background, you see it there. To the top rope. Incredible balance here. And doing damage on the arm there with the old school. Original Brad has done the damage. He's more working on the arm there. Continues to work on it. And Original Brad was sensing control here. And now looking for the end already. Looking for Battle Axe. There it is. Hits the Battle Axe. And goes straight into the cover. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. No! He kicked out just before the 3. And Original Brad can't believe it. He thought it was over there with the Battle Axe. That's how he won the first round. But it was not to be in this one. And I think he was a little shocked by that. And I think so was I. A count of 3 was almost complete. And Original Brad nearly got himself a World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. But Sal refusing to lie down here in this big, big matchup on the ropes. What's he thinking? Oh, look at this. Gonna crush him into the cage. Beautiful awareness from Original Brad, who is in complete control. Straight into the cover. 1, 2, and it's only a 2. Original Brad getting frustrated now, you feel. Just thinking, what does he have to do to put Sal away? He's already hit the finisher. He's done the damage. He's crashed him into the bloody cage, and he still managed to kick out. And now Brad picking him up. Only to one knee to bring him down again with a DDT. There's one thing he's not doing. That's not letting Sal get any offense in. Trying to do all the damage and trying to make sure he stays in control of this match. It's been a dominant display from near enough start to finish from Original Brad, who really has come back a transformed superstar. Last year, if he wasn't dominant enough, this year proving to be even more dominant, and now a submission hold apply. This we don't need to count for. SaLgames could tap here. Look at this, wrenching away on the back of the neck. That must be an unbearable position, especially with the damage he's taken. Brad's going to release the hold. Clearly he feels that this can be done another way. He's ready to end it, I feel. And we might be near the end. The twist of the arm, and Sal is in serious trouble. Original Brad to the top rope, looking to finish it. Old school. Beautiful move. Is he going to go for the cover? He does. It could be it here. 1, 2. No, it's another 2 count. And Brad. Oh, hold on a minute. Sal's back to his feet. He needs to fight back here. Looking for the DDT. No. Reversal into the Northern Lights. 2, 3. He's done it. The reversal of Sal's signature DDT. And Original Brad finally keeps him down for a count of 3. A grueling match for SaLgames. He was beaten senseless from start to finish. And there was the Battle Axe, which we thought might have ended it. It didn't on that occasion. And then look at this. Even from there, Brad was in complete control. Original Brad is going to face Ryan Austin for the WIW Heavyweight Championship. And there it was, the old school, which I'm sure was the main reason for the win, despite, of course, the Northern Lights, which was a big counter, and I think it caught Sal off guard. But Original Brad, a dominant victory here tonight. Oh, hold on a minute! The cage has been lifted, and now Ryan's in the ring. And Lord, a massive clothesline from behind. And here we see in an early preview of the Resurrection pay-per-view, the two who will be facing for the World Heavyweight title in the ring right now. Brad already worn out from a grueling cage match, and now Ryan taking full advantage. And a big suplex onto the turnbuckle, and Ryan not wasting any time to get the damage done. Pele kick. And Original Brad being blindsided here. Ryan staking his claim for the world title right here, right now. And look at this, just watching Brad struggle to get back to his feet. Ryan enjoying the work he's done here. Did not expect this at the end of the grueling cage match. And look at this. Oh, Northern Light suplex, exactly how Brad just ended his match. And Ryan's not done. Sending a message to original Brad. Oh, there's that vicious punt kick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a way to end tonight's show following an amazing cage match. Ryan makes a huge statement towards the WIW Heavyweight Championship, and that is going to end tonight's amazing show. Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to leave a like and comment your thoughts and feelings on what has been a spectacular show tonight. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. We are so close to 100 subscribers. We might have already hit it by the time this video comes out. Here's hoping. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace.